I literally just longed Ethereum, guys, right now, as you can see, over a week, as given in my previous video. As you can see, yesterday I gave you a nice long idea for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and right now we are hitting, or had hit actually, our entry area. As you can see, right now Ethereum is pumping quite a bit. It's not the biggest long to be had right now. It's only in, I think, about 18% profits. However, I'm super happy about this rise or increase in price. So let's break down today, guys, where I think Bitcoin is going to go, and also where's the best ideas for a long and shorts also for ETH and also Bitcoin. As you can see, let's start with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin had also hit our area of support. As you can see, we had hit 109.625 or 615, as you can see, and Bitcoin right now is showing us a slight bounce in price. As you can see, in early morning we hit our support area and we literally bounced from it. So hopefully anyone who had watched this video had taken a long from Bitcoin, or at least from ETH, as you can see, because ETH's reaction was a bit better, to be honest. However, as you can see, Bitcoin actually bounced quite a bit from the support, I think 1% or 2% actually. So it's a good trade to be had, a scalp trade. However, if you're holding it, let me tell you right now where Bitcoin needs to break in case or for a further increase in price. As you can see, if I go to the 30-minute time frame, we can clearly see that Bitcoin is still ranging in the same old boring range that we had spoken about Bitcoin once it made this huge wick, I think on Sunday or Saturday at midnight. As you can see, then we had created a range, and right now we're basically playing the range. Once we had hit the support of the range, we took, or told you guys to take a long, and right now if we break 113, I think 0.5 or 113, sorry, 0.1, as you can see, technically there's a huge possibility of us reaching the range high. So right now we have bounced from the range low. If we break 113, a more important slight resistance zone, then we are going to see an increase in price to 116. So the closest area right now is for us to hit 113. Once we hit 113, I'm going to wait for a reaction. Breaking 113 would mean us going back to 116, and later on if we hit 116, as I told you guys, that yes, I'm interested in a long at 109.6, but I'm also interested at a possible short once we go above and hit 116, go above it, hit 118, 119. As I told you, that still the most important area of resistance for Bitcoin on the higher time frame, based on this volume profile pull, and also based on this Fibonacci extension taken from the high of the all-time high, as you can see, of the high of the move till the low of the move actually on the wick on Saturday. We can clearly see that we've got this Fib extension of, sorry, Fib retracement tool, Fib golden pocket sitting right around or at around the point of control, also with confluence of the point of control at 118, 119. So the idea is right now holding the long, or holding a strong low, as you can see here, breaking 113. If this happens, we're going to wait for a pump to 117. If we see a pump to 117, 118, 119, this zone, or this important higher time frame zone of resistance line, we either see a clear break, and then we're gonna be calling for an all-time high and forgetting about everything that happened, bearishness or anything bad that happened during this week. However, if Bitcoin actually, as I told you guys that in my previous video, if Bitcoin reaches 118, 119 and manages or does not manage to break it, fails to break this important resistance line, we can either, or we can also actually think about shorting the market, taking a short from 118, 119, as we did from the all-time high. As you can see, I'm still actually holding on into my short taken from the all-time high, guys. As you can see, I'm holding on into some nice profits, literally taking a short from 125.4, literally just a tiny bit below the all-time high. So right now I'm planning to hold this long. I'm planning to hold the support area as given in the previous video. However, once we hit or break 113, I'm going to wait for 117, 119, and then we either see a great break, hold our longs, or we do not see a break, and then we actually think about shorting the market, creating a lower high, and then possibly even dipping much lower. And for ETH, as I told you, I'm super bullish over on ETH. I'm going to hold this long as it does not hit my stop loss. I think my stop loss is right around 39.6 or 3,906. If we do not hit my stop loss, I'm going to hold this long for much higher. I think the target could be easily to, I think, $4,300. And however, once we break $4,300, I'm calling for an all-time high over on ETH. So I'm planning to hold this long. If it manages to go above it, I'm going to take my first take profit at 4,300 and then holding the rest in case we actually make an all-time high, as given, or as I told you guys in my previous video, that I'm actually bullish over on ETH. So we either try this scalp long and it manages to be the best long for an all-time high, but if we fail this one, I'm going to wait actually for the best zone to long ETH again, or try again to long at $3,800 to $3,700. So I'm holding into my long as given, but I'm also planning to take another long if my long right now fails, as you can see. So I've got a plan on Bitcoin, I've got a plan on ETH, and I'm following, guys, this plan as given yesterday, but I'm also updating you guys right now. Make sure to be following me every single day, because we are going to trade Bitcoin and ETH every single day with the best longs and short setups, and also my expectations for the day. Thanks for watching, guys.